Hi everybody, Alex Abloy here from Expert Forex, and in this video I give you an opportunity to see the free grid trader in action. On your screen you can see some of the output that you'll be seeing later on in the video. So yesterday we made the simple grid trader available to everybody on a free basis. Now, there have been considerable downloads of this free EA. It's fantastic, it is profitable, easy to use, and ideal for beginners who want to learn how to trade robots. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 examples of the grid trader being used. And we are going to be using very specific currencies. And it's very important to select currencies very carefully for the grid trader. We want currencies that trade sideways, that are not trending currencies, and that takes a lot of risk out of the trading. And in order to do that, we actually use a tool called the Trend Analyzer, and to find currencies with small trends that we can use for grid trading. And here are some of the currencies that we'll be looking at: the euro pound, definitely the New Zealand franc, the Aussie New Zealand. And we're only going to be looking at those 3, but you can see how small their trends are compared to some of the trends down here that are absolutely ginormous. So we're going to cut our teeth on the easy bits, and in fact they're not easy, they're actually essential ones. You need to trade sideways techniques on using sideways currencies. Now this tool is actually also a free tool that you can download from our websites. A link to that tool will be provided in the description of the video, as well as in the commentary of the video, as well as the actual grid trader. Now the beauty of the simple grid trader is it only has 2 settings, and here we go. All you have to do is the grid size, and then you have to tell it how many lots to use. And then the EA will trade using the following logic. It ensures a buy and a sell at every grid level, so it divides the market into grids based on the grid size that you tell it to do it, and it will then transact at these grid levels and make sure there's a buy and a sell at every grid level that the price is currently at. That makes sure that you are guaranteed of a successful trade in your next trade. What it then does, it just leaves the negative leg of the 2 open until that leg either goes positive or gets closed in a basket that is most likely to be positive in total. So let's move on to the actual testing of the simple grid trader on charts, so that you can actually see the transactions happening on charts. Also, what you're going to be seeing is a secret method that a lot of grid traders use to reduce risk tremendously and to increase income tremendously. So keep on watching. Just a reminder to join our Expert Forex community of over 30,000 Forex traders. It is free, so don't miss out on any new developments. A link is in the description of the video. Okay, so let's start backtesting, and I must just point out that this backtesting is happening on another server. I'm linking into that server using AnyDesk, so the quality of the display is not that great, but we're going to do our best to make sure that it's very clear about what's going on here. So here we go. As we said, we're going to start testing the euro pound, and that is what I have loaded into the strategy tester, the euro pound. I'm using the simple grid trader, and I'm using every tick, which is the most accurate way that you can backtest a strategy. I'm using 1 month from the 21st of December to the 21st of November, and I'm using visual mode. So we're going to be looking at the actual trading happening as it happens. We're going to use a spread of 1, and we're going to use a time frame of 15 minutes. Now that isn't required by the EA. The EA doesn't use a time frame. It uses price levels, but 15-minute displays very nicely in the trading scenario. So that's why I've chosen 15 minutes. And then let's have a look at the settings. The gap size that I've chosen is 30. And why have I done that? Because we've told you to do that. So for the pound the euro pound, we said use 30 pips. And the lot sizing is 0.1, and for a 10K account, we are saying use 0.1. And this is a 10K account. We're basically back testing 1 month of the settings that we told you to use. And the reason for that is to just show you how the EA trades and to show you a few concepts that you need to know about trading the grid system. There are a few things that I'm going to be mentioning as we're testing that is going to be critical to your future success of grid trading. Now, although we're only using those 2 settings, you need to know a few management. So we say, okay, so we're ready to roll and we're going to start. Now, before I start, I'm going to actually this is the visual mode that we're going to be using. I'm going to move to right to the end like that so that it doesn't move much because I'm going to need to change the chart. It doesn't display very well in black, so I'm going to change the chart after it's started. And there we are. It's started there. And it has already opened a buy and a sell over there. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go into the chart properties, and I'm going to change the background to something light, like ice blue, and I'm going to, the foreground, I'm going to make dark, and I'm going to make the actual chart dark green, or the bars dark green. And that should be okay. That's a lot clearer. And then what will make it even clearer is I'm going to remove the grid. So now we're ready to go, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the speed of the trading. You'll see we've got a buy and a sell. Why? And why there are 2 lines there is because there's a difference between a buy and a sell price in terms of the spread. So the spread causes a difference between the buy and the sell price. Now I've got it on the second fastest speed, and it is too slow. We're going to take a very long time to do this trading. So I'm going to actually put it on fast, which is actually too fast. So we don't have the Goldilocks situation. We can either get too slow or too fast. So I'm going to put it on, and hopefully it will respond to when I instruct it to stop. So it hasn't hit another grid level yet. And there it's hit the grid level. So it looks like I'm going to have to control the chart from the original server. And there we are. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the size of the chart. And let's have a look at what's happened. So we started with a buy and a sell. Then the price went down to the lower grid level, and then a second lower grid level, went up very quickly after that, which meant we cashed in a sell there, cashed in a buy going up, and cashed in a buy. So we've had 4 cash ins. And we have also had 3 levels open. So there is now a sell that is sitting there, a sell that is sitting there, and we have a buy and a sell at that particular level. Okay, so let's move on from there. And now these open trades are what we call a blanket of open trades. So this blanket can build up to about 10 or 15 open trades at times. And at the moment there's only 3 that you can see, and every time the price touches one of these levels, there we are, you see it will cash in. So that's how the grid system works. It makes sure that there's a buy and sell at every level. When the price gets there, make sure that any direction the price moves, there will be a positive cash in. And then it just leaves the negative trades open. So they are left open. So that's why there's a sell and a buy currently running there. Now, the most critical number that we're going to be looking at throughout is the equity number, because the equity number must be above 10,000 for us to be profitable and for us to have paid for the carpet that the price is trading on. Because if the carpet is paid for and the price is moving on the carpet, it's just cashing in, and it's already paid for, so it's just cashing in new money. When it leaves the carpet and it's not paid for, then equity goes negative and we haven't paid for the carpet. When the price is trading on a paid carpet, we're printing money. When it's off a paid carpet, we have to start paying for that extra carpet size. But after time, you'll see that the carpet matures and the price starts bouncing up and down on the actual carpet. So here we are, we've got a small carpet. This is only 4 levels and it's just cashing, and every time it's like an electric fence. Every time the price touches it, it cashes in. So let's see what happens. The equity is currently nicely positive. The account balance is nicely positive, and we have a drawdown of about $200. We're going at full blast at the moment. It's the 5th of December. We're trading to the 21st, so we're basically halfway through the trading, and let's see what happens. So sometimes trading can be very boring. As you can see, we basically are just looking at the trading happening. 5 levels open at the moment. The price is going nicely into the middle of the carpet, which means it'll go into a printing of money mode. And we'll just watch it until it gets to the 21st of December. And when it reaches that point, what happens with the tester is it will then close all the trades and give us a result for the trading. Now, which is very unnatural, because what happens with this kind of trading, you don't normally close your trades, but it will do that. And that's fair enough. We can then see the true profitability of that particular trading. Okay, we're at the 18th of December. And we almost finished. Let's have a look. So the equity is nicely positive. The drawdown is quite big, 230, but a nice positive equity. Now, as I said, the settings have been designed to give a 3% return, and we are actually exceeding the 3% return. And that's the end. We've reached the end, and we're at the 21st of December, and the equity is sitting at 4.5% profitability. Pretty good, and all it's done is traded the grid system and made sure that there's a buy and a sell at each grid level when the price gets there, and it's left the negative trades open. Okay, so let's have a look at the actual results, and there they are. The profit was $449. The drawdown, a maximum drawdown, was $335. The absolute drawdown was only $100. So nice, everything's nice and controlled, and that is what we've given you: conservative settings to keep everything nicely under control. At the end of the video, I'm actually going to run some aggressive settings. I'm going to show you how to make your settings more aggressive so that you can increase those returns dramatically without increasing risk excessively. Okay, so that's the one currency. Let's move on to the next currency. You can also see the results as like a normal trading account. You can actually see the results coming through. You can see there's the regular 30 pips being cashed in, and there is the final cash in that has happened. Okay, so let's move on to the next currency, and the next currency is, we'll go for the Oz New Zealand. There's the Oz New Zealand, boom, boom, boom. And we're going to do exactly the same thing again, and we're going to just say start. Now I have slowed it down because it didn't give me time to change the chart, so I'm going to just quickly do that. We're going to go for a light blue chart, and we're going to go for dark there. Candle of dark green, and we're going to say okay, and then we're going to get rid of the grid. The grid that MetaTrader uses is not the same as the grid that we're trading at the moment. So there we are. It started with a buy and sell. The buy was cashed in with that trip, and then that level has a buy and a sell. So that's what I mean by each level that the price visits will have a buy and a sell. But the Ones where there are open trades might only have the open trade that hasn't been closed. So there we are. So there, the Aussie New Zealand has started, and let's just keep it going. And I'm going to just increase the speed of it, and let's go. Okay, there we off. I'm going to decrease the size so we can see a bit more clearly. So this one has actually started with a bit of a trend. You can see the trend's gone all up, 1, 2, 3 levels. It's gone up, then it came down, and now it's going back into the carpet. So it's got a carpet of already 4 lines, but if it stays in the middle of the carpet, that's the most healthy thing, because it's just continuously cashing in and cashing in. At the moment, the equity has just gone negative because the carpet is increasing. As the carpet increases, the equity will go negative. Okay, so there's this carpet. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels. It's at the edge of the carpet, so that means it's at its worst, and that is why equity is currently negative. That part of the carpet hasn't been paid for, and in fact, it's increased to 7 levels now, and equity is still battling to become positive. So this is what I mean by we are now trading with a carpet that hasn't been paid for. If the price now goes into the center of the carpet, it will go into printing mode, and every movement on that carpet will just generate extra income. Equity has now gone nicely positive, and hopefully it will stay there. Okay, so the same principles still apply. It cashes in all the positive deals, leaves the negative ones open, and it grows the carpet in that way. We now have a carpet of 8 levels, which could increase. As I said, they can get pretty big, but the minute the price goes into the center of the carpet, then the printing of money happens. And it is already on a positive equity, so there it went negative again, so it's quite delicate at the moment. There's another cash in. So each cash in helps prop up the account balance, which in turn props up the equity balance. And so the more cash-ins, and you can see cash-ins happen over and over and over on the same level. As you can see here, the price has got there 1, 2, 3, 4 times what that we can see, and there it's gone 3 times. So it visits the same level over and over again, and that's how it multiplies the cash-ins over and over again. So the equities are going nicely positive. It's now $200 positive. The drawdown is still $270. So let's see how this is going. It is currently the 13th of December. So we've got 1 week left of trading. Let's hope that the price ends up more or less in the middle of the carpet at the end of this period. That'll give us a good result for the month's trading. Now there is a trick to this equity management, and I will tell you about that after we've tested the next currency, because that trick is quite critical if you are going to trade the grid system on a continuous basis. Okay, so equity is jumping up quite nicely. It's almost at $300, which is the goal for these particular settings that we've provided. So when you reach $300, you've actually achieved the goal that we've set for these settings. And there we are, it stopped. So we have ended up with over our 3%. It's $310, so that's pretty good. That's the aim for the monthly return, and we've had a drawdown of 260, but in spite of that drawdown, we still have a positive equity of $310, and that was for the Aussie New Zealand. I think you're getting a hang of the thing now. I'm going to run another one and let's see how that one works. And that's going to be the New Zealand franc. So let's go and get the New Zealand franc. There is the New Zealand. I'm not changing anything here because it's the same conditions. They all have a 30 pip gap and a 0.1 lot sizing. So here I go. I'm going to just run this one again and get that one going. If you have any questions, please mention them in the... Oops, I better stop this one. It's going a little bit fast. It's all right, I've slowed it down. And let's formatting. I can't use templates because the templates wipe the EA table out. So we're going to go light color, dark color, and we're going to make that a dark green and a dark green. Okay, so we've done all that. Okay, and then we go and we get rid of the grid. Too much clutter. And caught this one in time because it still only has a buy and a sell open. So now we can accelerate the trading and let's see what happens. So it hasn't hit a grid level yet. Oh, and then we can also decrease the size. Okay, it's hit another grid level, cashed in, and let's see. They said that it's gone back to the starting point, which is a very profitable formation. There, it's now gone down, and it's just cashing in all the time, growing the carpet that we talked about. And let's see how this one goes. Another cash in. Maybe we can make it even more condensed. Okay, there's more condensed. There's the next cash in. So it's been trading between two levels only, and it's cashing in. So equity is very nicely positive because it's been trading in such a narrow range. That is what we want for grid trading. We want a sideways market trading in a narrow range and just cashing in all the time, which it's doing at the moment. It's already reached $180 positive, $200 positive right now, as $230 profit, $250 profitable. So this is ideal. These are absolutely ideal grid trading conditions. Small blanket, and the price is just bouncing up and down on the carpet. There's another cash in. We're actually at our goal, which is $300, and it's the 5th of December. But things could change quite rapidly. Let's just see how much, how big the carpet grows over the next few days. Okay, there it's starting to grow. It's now got 4 levels. Equity is still nicely positive, so we've got a paid carpet at the moment. It's going back into the carpet, which is what we want. Cashing in. So we are now nicely positive in terms of equity. It's now on the edge of the carpet, which is the area where more investment into carpet is required, and therefore equity will drop at that level. But another cash in helped a lot. And let's see. So we now have 5 levels. And let's see how this turns out. Okay, more cash ins. And equity is nicely positive, 380. So a really good return on equity, mainly because this currency has gone sideways quite a bit. And you can see the size of the carpet. There's only 5 levels to this carpet, and it's in the middle of the carpet. That's the ideal position. From here we can just print money, print money, if the price stays around that level. Another cash in, and let's see how this goes. Now it's going to the edge of the carpet again. Oh, on the edge. So now there's a chance that it'll open a new level. Let's see if that happens. It opened another level. In fact, I think it might have entered 2 levels. I'm not sure. That happened a little bit quickly, and we now have a lot of open levels. Another spiky trade there. Equity has dropped quite a bit, but it's still nicely positive, so it means we've actually paid for the carpet. So if we look at the situation right now, we look at equity of $167, so nicely positive, not at the 300, but we were at the 300. We were in fact at the 400. Now, if you've watched the equity as we've been trading, you'll see that it sometimes goes to 400 and 500. And so it goes very high, and then we'll come down to these low levels like this particular one. This one was at 450. It's now down to 167. So now I'm going to tell you about the next intervention that a lot of traders do. So let's say we've now designed this to produce a 3% return on our money, this strategy. Now we know that the equity goes like this all the time. So what we try and do is we try and catch the equity at the top and cash everything in. In other words, we cash a whole blanket in at that point. So when equity reaches, let's say 3%, $300, we just cash it everything in and start again. That way we end up trading with the trend, because if the trend has been down and we started here and we cash in there, we have actually gone with the trend. So that's a way of getting the grid to trade with the trend. You cash in when you've reached your goal. It's also a way of reducing your risk tremendously. Now that's not built into the EA at the moment, because I want you to experience the grid trading as normal, and this is normal grid trading that we're looking at here. But certainly once you've mastered the simple grid trading, then we can start moving into the more refined ones where we have these goals, and when we reach the goal, we cash in and reduce risk all the time. So we basically finished these 3 currencies, and this was nicely positive. You can see the drawdown was 500. So we actually ended the trading at a very bad time. It was at the edge of the carpet. Very artificial when that happens, but that unfortunately, but it has been nicely positive. You could basically cash in everything right now and start again, which might be a good thing because it looks like this one's starting to trend. But now I'm going to show you a way of turbo boosting your results. So let's do that. So I'm going to go back to our original currency, which I think was the euro pound, yeah, that one. So how do you turbo boost your results? And I'm going to just show you one way that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. There are 3 things you can do. You can reduce the size of the gap. The smaller the gap, the more you cash in, but also the higher the risk. So let's just I'm going to actually halve that, just to take it to extreme. And then the other thing that you can do is you can increase the lot size. So what I've now done, I've doubled the risk by halving the gap size, and I'm going to increase the risk on the gap size by, I'm going to double the risk on the gap size from increasing it from 0.1 to 0.2. So I've actually now increased the risk 4 times by doing that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it. So let's go and do that. I'm going to run it, and what will happen, you'll see a lot more cashing in. The blanket's going to be a lot tighter, smaller, and hopefully the results will be better. So let's have a look. Now, just from memory, I think this one produced about $320 or so dollars over the month. And let's see what it does with those enhanced settings for, and this is what I would call extremely aggressive settings. So let's go. Again, let me just move this there, and we can change the properties pretty quick now. That is black, and that is going to be dark green. Okay, we get rid of the grid, and we're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so and there's it started with the buy and sell. I'm going to just go full blast with it, and let's see what happens. Now you'll see a lot more grid levels developing, and the carpets might run into 10 levels of open trades. Let's just see what happens. So far we've got 2 levels, and there we go. Oops, there's a really big movement there. It opened a number of levels all in one go. Equity is strangely enough positive, and that means we've actually paid for the carpet up until now. Very good. In fact, equity is nicely positive in spite of there being quite a big number of open deals, and it being on the edge of the carpet, which is quite unusual. Okay, let's see. And remember, it's just cashing in, because it's a smaller gap size. It's cashing in a lot more than it normally does. And we've got a nice big carpet. Let's make it clearer. Okay, carpet size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carpet size is 6. The equity is nicely positive, $400 positive, and it just shows you this more aggressive approach is generating more income. Now, when using this aggressive approach, even more important for you to cash in once you've reached your goal. So in this particular case, I would say the goal would most probably be double the 300 that we used before. It might be you want to use 600 or even 500, because that's 5% of the account. Once you reach that, the idea is then to cash in all your close all the deals and just start again. As simple as that. You reduce risk that way. You lose your paid carpet, but that's not too serious. You can always rebuild it. Now, for instance, at the moment, the equity is over $500, so I could possibly cash in everything. Stop the trading, cash everything in, and start it again. That's how you do it. So let's see, especially now it's on the edge of, you can see there's been a trend. The price has actually trended downwards, and if you $500 up, it's a very good thing now to just cash in, because then you've eliminated that trend out of your trading. If the trend continues, you're not holding on to those open deals. Okay, now the equity has gone up to 600, and now it's gone up to 700 because the price is going back into the carpet. It's printing money as it jumps from level to level. Now you see it didn't cash in there because it's already cashed in at the level. It has to touch the outside levels. Okay, it's on the edge of the carpet. in other words, at the lowest edge of the carpet, which is the dangerous place to be. We want it to be in the middle of the carpet over there. So the carpet's increased tremendously, and equity is still positive, but big increase in the carpet. So this is an example of where it would have been really, really good to cash in when the equity got to plus 600. It is now actually gone negative, and that's mainly because we didn't cash in those trades that were open at the time when it was 600 before. But it's recovering. It's getting back to 400 up, so not too serious. Let's see how it goes as we progress. Okay, so it's not very clear how many are open, and unfortunately there's a delay on this link that I've got. But it is cashing in. The equities at almost 800 now. So it's a very good gain that's been made. And let's see how it all pans out. We're at the 19th of December. And we're at the edge of the carpet, right at the edge. So we're at most probably the worst time. It is moving into the center of the carpet, so that's actually the best time. And let's hope it stays in the middle there until the end of the trading. Cashing in on a risk-free basis all the time. There we go. Okay, so it's finished now, and let's have a look at the situation here. We've actually ended up with equity of 1,360. So you can see this more aggressive approach has actually worked pretty well. It could have worked even better if we had done that, what I call pruning, or close a certain level of profitability is hit, like 600 would have been a good point. You close it, just start again, and we could have got most probably a better result if we had done that. But let's have a look at the results, easier to see like this. So the results have definitely increased dramatically. We've taken 4 times more risk, and we got almost 4 times more income. So 1,300 is now the income. The drawdown is not bad. It's more or less the same as the income. The absolute drawdown is not bad, considering we're using $10,000. So this shows you that the settings that we provided are conservative settings, but stick to them. Don't be aggressive. Also, it shows you there's room for improvement in that. In all cases, the monthly gains were reached, and at that point, if we cashed in, we would have done a lot better. And I hope this has given you a good feel of how the simple grid trader works and how you can increase your risk using lot size, increase lot sizing, or decrease gap sizing. You can increase your risk, but also increase your return. Also, I must stress, stay with the low trending currencies. Do not try and trade the high trending currencies like the pound, yen, and those kind of ones. Please use the comments facilities to ask any questions or make any comments regarding what you've seen here. I know some of the trading has gone pretty quickly, but I'm sure you've got a good idea of what to expect when you use the Simple Grid Trader. So if you haven't downloaded the Simple Grid Trader, do it right now. Get it going, trade it for a month. You will be so surprised, but don't panic when the equity goes negative. Watch the price action and you'll see that the equity will repair itself, especially if you've used the right currencies. Also, go and download the Trend Analyzer. It's a fantastic tool for deciding which currencies to use, because the Simple Grid Trader does not like trending currencies, so you need to use non-trending currency. And if you want to decrease risk, you do the opposite of what I did. Instead of decreasing the grid size, you increase the grid size. Instead of increasing the lot size like I did to increase risk, you decrease the lot size to decrease risk. So for me, Alex Deploy, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting. And everything of the best for your simple grid trading. Cheerio.